Hare Krishna. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and other biographies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it describes that once in a day of Brahma, according to our solar years, that's 4,320,000 years, which is practically incalculable by historians. Once in a day of Brahma, the Supreme Lord, the original personality of Godhead, the cowherd boy from Vrindavan, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, actually advents on earth and performs his pastimes. This happened 5,000 years ago. It's also described how after he completes his pastimes, then again he comes in the form of a devotee to teach how to approach that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Isvaraha Paramaha Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. There's no other origin for this personality of Godhead. He's the source of all the other incarnations. And he comes twice. He comes in the form of the cowherd boy, and he comes in the form of his devotee in the mood of Srimati Radharani to teach the conditioned souls how to approach that personality of Godhead who plays like as a cowherd boy in Goloka Vrindavan. So in this particular section of the Srimad Bhagavatam that we're studying, the Gopi Gita, especially this particular lesson, we'll see how these two incarnations and their moods and their messages blend with one another. So let us go there into the texts. One thing I need to point out, noticing that a lot of people are not accessing the website during the week, thinking that this Zoom is all there is, or may not be all there is, but this is a Zoom version. This is a very reduced outline because of the time limitations of our meetings. If you want to access the complete texts, purports, and other things, then go on to the website sadhusangaonline.com. But for now, this is interesting. This week, because it's blending very easily, I designed this particular lesson so that we're studying Krishna book and Sarartha Darshini, section by section, same verse. So this is Krishna book, text 6. The gopis, sitting on the banks of the Jamuna River, after having been unable to find Krishna deep in the dark forests, continue to pray. Dear Krishna, you are the killer of all the fears of the inhabitants of Vrindavan. You are the supremely powerful hero, and we know that you can kill the unnecessary pride of your devotees, as well as the pride of women like us, simply by your beautiful smile. We are simply your maidservants and slaves. Please, therefore, accept us by showing us your lotus-like beautiful face. This is how Srila Prabhupada translated the actual verse, which is Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 31:6. O you who destroy the suffering of Vraja's people, O hero of all women, your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maidservants and show us your beautiful lotus face. So I thought that was beautiful, studying this and seeing how Srila Prabhupada, as we know, weaves the tapestry of the philosophy into his translations with brief explanations and this, like this.
We can come Thursday.
Okay, going to mute everybody.
Okay, so could you come here?
Okay, if you want to speak, you're going to have to unmute yourself because I just muted everyone. Does anyone have any further discussions on that particular verse?
You said that it was Prabhupada's translation. I thought he stopped at 13 chapters.
Exactly. That's why it's Krishna book.
Oh, okay.
What I've done is gone through the whole Krishna book, at least these 5 chapters, and what we're doing in the 10th canto, the way we're doing it after chapter 13, which was the stealing of the cowherd boys, then starting with chapter 14 is Brahma's prayers. So I've gone through the Krishna book and chosen and picked out the exact corresponding texts from Krishna book that correspond to the verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam, as you saw there. That's how the whole courses are laid out. First Krishna book, then the Sarartha Darshini, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries. But
Thank you.
tonight, yeah, okay.
Sometimes Prabhupada quoted verses that he hadn't translated yet in earlier books or in other books.
Mhm.
So that's okay. Thank
So
you.
sometimes we notice there's differences in the translations, right? Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita,
Yes.
sometimes they're a little bit different. Sami, you're on, you have to unmute.
Bhushra.
Oh, Usha, okay. I didn't, okay, Jai. Prabhupada was saying that flowers are Krishna's smile.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful. Especially sunflowers. They're so happy.
I particularly like, did we read the verse yet, Pati? We did.
Yes.
So in the verse, it says that Krishna reduces the false pride of his devotees. Has anybody ever experienced that? It's a huge one, I think. I have. I'm always experiencing that.
I think they're having some leftovers, leftover sentiments, understanding that that's one of the reasons he left them.
I see. Bhushra?
Yeah, I had it in New York City in the, 73. I was on book distribution, and people were just going by so fast. And I said, "Oh, I'm not going to approach these people. How can I approach them?" So I just stood there and I held the book. And then a prostitute came up and said, "Do you think that you're going to sell that book by just standing there? You got to approach people." And
Wow, really?
I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa!" I said, "How am I going to take this one way or the other? It's either Maya Devi or it's Krishna. So I'll take Krishna."
That's great.
And that was the last time in 1973 that Krishna tested you with false pride. You're pretty lucky.
No, Dhruv Maharaj, he knows.
On and
All
on.
right. Okay. Would you like to continue?
Yeah, sure. Text 7.
Text 7. Nanda, do you want to read?
Yes, ma'am. Hare
Okey
Krishna.
dokey.
Hare Krishna. Text 7, Krishna book. Dear Krishna, actually we have become very lusty, having been touched by your lotus feet. Your lotus feet certainly kill all kinds of sinful activities of devotees who have taken shelter there. You are so kind that even the ordinary animals take shelter under your lotus feet. Your lotus feet are also the residence of the goddess of fortune, yet you dance on the head of the Kaliya serpent with them. Now we are requesting you to kindly place your lotus feet on our breasts and pacify our lusty desires to touch you. Text 7 in Sharatha Darshini. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrendered to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kaliya, please place them on our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts.
Can you explain that, Nanda? Why are they using Kaliya and lust as examples?
Well, Kaliya was full of all sorts of sinful activities and sinful desires, so much so that he was so proud and everything that he couldn't bow down to Krishna even when Krishna was dancing on his head, so he had to keep dancing and pounding him down.
Yeah, heavy. That's what Krishna does. He pounds us down.
Yep, and just like Kaliya, we try to keep popping out those heads again and
Hare
again.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else?
What does taking shelter of your lotus feet actually mean?
That's a great discussion, isn't it? Because sometimes we just say it so quickly.
Right.
You know, we just say it without really meditating on the process and the significance of it. Well, Okay, feet in general are considered the lowliest part of the body, the most insignificant part of the body. But Krishna's feet have a special significance, obviously, because he, being the absolute personality of Godhead, the source of everything and the protector of everyone, his feet will protect us from. Anyway, you know what? I'm totally speculating. Why don't you ask somebody else? I was just
Okay.
about to say total speculation.
Open it for discussion. What
Right.
does taking shelter of the lotus feet mean?
Okay. Bahushra?
Well, one thing is that when Vamanadev came and appeared, he could have touched Bali on the head with his hand. But instead, he said, where should I put my foot? So in that way, it's a supreme benediction to get Lord Krishna's lotus feet touching you in any possible way.
But go on with the rest of that story. That was no light thing. He was ripped apart. And then it comes, and then he asked for the lotus feet after being completely ripped apart. That's really wonderful.
More specifically, what does this mean? Your lotus feet can certainly kill all kinds of sinful activities of devotees who have taken shelter there. Some realizations from somebody about
Somebody
that?
else, Bahushra is very
Thakur Murari.
Thakur Murari.
Krishna, dear devotees, thank you for the festival of the holy name and the.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Wonderful.
Yes, so I was able to take it from Jamaica. So I'm thinking, by worshiping lotus feet, it means one surrender. I'm thinking about the past time with before the battle of Kurukshetra, where Arjuna and Duryodhana went to see Lord Krishna.
Oh, that's nice.
Duryodhana went to the heads, and then sit beside Krishna's head, and Arjuna went to his feet.
Nice connection.
Oh, it's Arjuna first. So to me, the feet says, anchor, humility. The feet, yes, seems like a tree, the roots, like, root of a tree. So I think, the feet, lotus feet is important in the sense that one thing is, to me, it's sort of signals surrender. Yes.
Very wonderful. Bahushra after Mukunda. Okay? Please forgive me. Mukunda.
Yeah, Haribo. So taking shelter of the lotus feet is really expressed in the verse that describes Saranagati, because it makes us realize that we are not only not the doer in the material world, but in the spiritual context also, we're not the doer, that we're completely dependent on the Lord. So we take shelter of the Lord and we only do two things. Anukuyasha Sankalpa and Pratikuyasha Vivajanam. Try to do what is favorable and to avoid what's unfavorable. If you listen to the rest of the verse, it says, Rakshishati Vishwash Goptave Varanam Tata. Those next two things appeal to God, or Krishna, that you should protect me and maintain me in my bhakti.
What does that have to do with feet? What does that have to do with feet?
Because the feet represents the shelter of service to Bhagavan. Bhagavan's feet is the Seva Pada, they're called. It's the essence of where we surrender. You surrender at the feet of someone, and then after surrender, like the lotus feet of Guru. Guru Pad Asraya is the first anga of bhakti. And those feet represent Seva.
I think we can link that with what Nanda was saying. I believe it was her. It's the lowest part of the body. In other words, you're not surrendering face to face. You're actually bowing down and putting your topmost part of your body at the lowest part of another's and surrendering. So lotus feet.
That's the way to surrender. That's the only way to surrender, is to put yourself down below something else. Otherwise, it's not really surrender. Right? Thank you, Mukundaji. Bahushra?
Also, lotus feet are the via media for transferring karma. So when devotees in Sankirtan and Mayapur, the people would, they'd go up to the people and the people would want to touch their feet. And so the thing is, the devotees start getting sick. The Prabhupada told them is that, you touch them on the head and then you say, Krishna, I forget it's like a 3-word line. Krishna Samastu, something, probably Mukunda.
Krishna Materastu.
Yeah, there you go. So the thing is that then they took it as a blessing. So the thing is that when people touch your feet and they unload, you have to touch the head, because otherwise you're going to get the karma, the sins come through that via media. So the sweetest way is when you touch Krishna's lotus feet, which the pujaris can do. Then the thing is that you can also release karma.
Another aspect is that while meditating on Krishna, there are the symbols on the bottom of his feet, and each one of those represent a quality or characteristic of his, and meditating on those symbols along with those characteristics becomes a meditation on Krishna, starting at his lotus feet. And as we read in the second canto, one should start at the feet and then slowly rise up. So
Can
the
I tell-
gopis, go ahead.
No, I was going to say a very quick story. In Mayapur many years ago, the ladies were selected to put chandan or
Sandalwood pulp?
Ganga jal, not jal,
Mud.
the mud from the Ganga on the bodies of Panchatattva. So I was the first one there, and the curtains were closed, and I went and I put my head on each one of the Panchatattva's lotus feet. Then I look up and there's Jananivas looking at me, wondering what I'm doing. But anyway, he's my old dear god brother. But that was a very wonderful putting my head on the lotus feet of the Panchatattva and Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna.
Before we progress on to 8, then the reader can also read 7 from Sarata Darshini, just to review the verse.
Oh, okay. Sukara, would you like to read?
All right.
Okie dokie, thank you.
Text 7, Saratha Darshini. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrender to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kaliya, please place them upon our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. Text 8, Krishna book. O Lord, your attractive eyes, like the lotus, are so nice and pleasing. Your sweet words are so fascinating that they please even the greatest scholars, who also become attracted to you. We are also attracted by your speaking and by the beauty of your face and eyes. Please, therefore, satisfy us by your nectarian kisses. Text 8, Saratha Darshini. Lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maidservants with the nectar of your lips. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Krishna said, O gopis, who are more dear to me than my own life? O jewel-like lovers, I can never be indifferent to you, who are my only reason for living. Why do you not have faith in this servant who is bound by the golden chains of your pure love? Please trust me and understand me to be like the brilliant gold bangles on your auspicious hands. Hearing such words from Krishna, other gopis said, we have become overcome with bliss on tasting the sweetness of your words, which are composed of sweet syllables containing various meanings in each beautiful phrase. Moreover, your wonderful words bewilder those who are intelligent and expert in conjugal affairs, namely these maidservants of yours. We gopis are becoming bewitched by continually relishing your sweetness. Please rejuvenate us, bewildered women, by letting us again drink the nectar of your lips.
Oh, wow. Okay, we can open this. Can we have a little discussion here, Pati?
Certainly, sure.
Okay, so I have a question about faith in Krishna. That did it for me when he's actually asking that we have faith in him. Can anyone say something? Sukha, would you like to?
I think I'd just like to listen right now.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Who can say something about this? How Krishna is saying, just have faith in me. Just have your pure faith in me. How wonderful to hear that. And say, Bahusha, did you want to say? Who can say? Mukunda.
Yes, it's very interesting because the verse says, other gopis said. So in the commentaries, it mentions that these other gopis are the party of Chandravi and others. So they're saying.
Doesn't say that in the purport.
No, in the commentary. I have a Symphony of Commentaries.
Yeah.
Here. So in the Symphony of Commentaries, so it's mentioning that other gopis, they're saying, oh, please, Krishna's telling him, have faith in my words and so forth and so on. So those gopis are very amenable. Yes, we should trust. We should have faith in the words that Krishna is saying. But then I'm not jumping ahead, but we'll get to the next verse, and a different party of gopis will speak and kind of refute that idea in another verse, a very sweet way.
Yeah, and as we get there, we can have that discussion and see how, well, I don't want to jump either, because that's a really wonderful one. Anyone else want to talk about Pati, the faith in Krishna? How we have to have faith in Krishna.
Let me get the verse up there again. Kind of go over it a little bit.
Krishna's asking,
your
actually.
sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maidservants with the nectar of your lips. I love the way that they constantly weave his characteristics as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and simultaneously are so attracted to his bodily features. And they mix his lips with the sound of the flute, his lips with his words, and the message to the intelligent. It's all mixed into an overwhelming, all-encompassing experience for them. And now that they're separated from him, this is what they're remembering. It's another thing about the feet. They take shelter, remembering him and asking for his blessings upon them, and basically for him to come and show himself to them. Now for this next section, as I mentioned before, with Krishna adventing and then Lord Chaitanya coming to teach how to approach Krishna. When we were putting together the course materials for this, for all the verses, I would constantly look up and see if there were different references that Prabhupada either spoke on or quoted. And in the Gopi Gita, which is 19 verses, text number 9 is one of those that has some commentaries and that. So the rest of this lesson will be geared toward those explanations, both by Lord Chaitanya and in the Krishna book and Sarartha Darshini. So let us go into that now. This is text 9.
Yeah. Okay. Faye, would you like to read text 9?
Thank Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dear Lord, words spoken by you or words describing your activities are full of nectar, and simply by speaking or hearing your words, one can be saved from the blazing fire of material existence. Great demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are always engaged in chanting the glories of your words. Excuse me. They do so to eradicate the sinful activities of all living entities in the material world. If one simply tries to hear your transcendental words, he can very quickly be elevated to the platform of pious activities. For the Vaishnavas, your words give transcendental pleasure, and saintly persons who are engaged in distributing your transcendental message all over the world are first-class charitable persons. This was confirmed by Rupa Goswami also when he addressed Lord Chaitanya as the most munificent incarnation, because Lord Chaitanya distributed the words of Krishna and the love of Krishna free of charge all over the world.
Hare Krishna. So, hearing transcendental words, the benefit of hearing transcendental words. This text number 9, both what Prabhupada wrote and Sarata Darshini, is the foundation of our lives, actually. The Sankirtan movement. Faye, did you want to share some of your realizations about this?
Hare Krishna. No, Mataji.
Okay.
I have so many senior devotees to which I would prefer to listen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Faye. Thakur? Unmute. There you go.
Sorry, I have to leave. I have to leave at 7.
You have to
So-
leave. We're just getting started.
Yes, I have to leave.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for coming, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hearing. is
Okay,
very
so
important.
you can listen on the recording.
Yes. Yes. The idea of hearing is important.
Yes,
And the
most important.
devotional service. Yes. So,
Thank you.
So thanks
Okay.
again, Sangha. See you on Saturday.
Bye.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, Mukunda, would you like to, did you read already, Mukunda?
No.
No, okay. Please read this if you would.
From the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur part?
Yes.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Gopi.
No, the
The
verse.
Sarata Darshini, just
Okay.
read the verse too.
Can you
The
see it?
nectar of yes.
Okay.
The nectar of your words and descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead are most magnificent. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur parts commentary. Gopis, topics about you give life to those who are tormented by the cycle of birth and death, terrible disease, and other causes of suffering. They give life to those who are suffering in separation from you. This Harikatha is better than both the nectar of heaven and the nectar of liberation. This is confirmed by great sages, great devotees, like Prahalad and Dhruva, who said, "My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda." This is a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam 4.9.10. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary joy of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planet, he falls down again in due course of time.
Okay, just a second. Let's have another reader and then we'll have a full discussion. Jatari, would you like to read?
Yes, okay. Let's start with the nectar.
Yes.
The nectar of your topics destroys the effects of all stages of sin, sinful reactions from which one is suffering at present. The nectar of Swarga does not destroy sins, but rather it increases lusty desire, which is a cause of sin. Even the nectar of liberation does not destroy prarabdha karma, though it destroys aparad, kuta,
Aparad.
and bija.
Go ahead.
The nectar of hearing about you is most auspicious, because just by hearing one becomes attracted to you and attains the ultimate goal of life. This is not so with the nectar of Swarga or Moksha. The nectar of your topics, being constantly broadcast by your devotees, bestows all wealth up to Prema. The other two nectars cannot do this. Those who glorify you in Kirtan are bestowing the greatest treasure. Though one may give that person everything he owns, he can never repay him.
Okay, so let's have a little discussion here. Mukunda, you want to first speak about what you read or what you
Oh, yeah,
heard?
you can put it back up. So this is a verse that has dual meanings in it. One meaning is spoken by one party of gopis and another meaning by another party. And the first party is glorifying the nature of Harikatha. And they describe, because it's giving solace to them by speaking about Krishna in his absence, the pain of the separation is being mitigated to some degree. So they say the power of this kind of katha also alleviates the suffering of the material world, and it gives happiness that's beyond mundane happiness of Swarga, beyond the happiness of liberation, even up to Brahman, and so forth and so on. Later on in the commentary, there'll be a discussion that another party of gopis will say, it's very amazing that though we're speaking this katha, our unhappiness is increasing because of the pain of your separation.
That's in the following verse, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of the commentary of this verse because it commentates on the actual Sanskrit here. They'll say tava katamritam. So the word tava means your. Katamritam means your harikatha. The topics about you are like amritam, nectar. But then they give another translation. Tava, your katha is mritam. It is like death, tapta jivanam. It's killing our lives because they're saying it's harikatha and they can't stop. But at the same time, the pain of the separation is so deep. So I don't want to go on and on. They'll give a commentary that the kavis, for them, it doesn't matter. The poets, they say all kinds of things, but they can't feel what we're feeling. So they criticize kavi iditam kalmasabam. They can't experience this kind of suffering. They don't have this kind of love. So the kavis may say anything.
Okay. Thank you. Jatari, I wanted to ask you, those who glorify you in Kirtan are bestowing the greatest treasure. I feel like sending this to all the organizers of the Festival of the Holy Name. Such a wonderful thing that is munificent personalities who do that.
Yeah, we
So-
can send it to the organizers of the what is it called? Kirtan Ras in Dubai. My son-in-law and Rangan, my son-in-law and their family are there doing kirtan.
In
I don't know if-
Dubai.
in Dubai, yeah.
Yeah, just one stops and the other one starts.
Yeah.
This is all Lord Chaitanya's mercy.
They have these murtis of Radha and Krishna on a swing, sitting down on a swing. I can't really figure out the layout, but the swing actually moves. Very large deities.
Wow. That's all kind.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, but this is really important. Can someone else say something about this mercy? Those who glorify you in Kirtan are bestowing the greatest treasure. The one they give that person everything he owns, he can never repay him. It's the greatest treasure to glorify the Lord in Kirtan. Anyone else have something to say about that? That's
I had one question about that.
okay.
So, I do a local Harinam and we, I don't know how much people can hear in their cars, but I just wondered, they see the mantra, they see us, and it probably, there's probably nothing they can do in their mind to not say, oh, there's the Hare Krishnas, whether they like them or not. So is that bestowing benediction on
Oh,
them?
Prabhupada said just seeing the Sankirtan party is beneficial for the conditioned souls, of course.
We get actually what I've noticed when I've been there that I really try and I'm with the devotees there, but I'm looking at at the cars going by and trying to like psychically connect to the people. And then I usually have a set of Wampers there, and I raise them up and try and get people to honk, or, you know.
Do they
And the
honk?
truck driver,
Do they honk?
yeah, they
honk.
do.
They do
Especially
honk.
if I really focus on trying to, not just be a passing sign with, with nothing, but like really trying to connect to the people. So
Well, that's munificent. Thank you
yes,
for doing
it's a
that.
blessing.
Yeah, Prabhupada's
Okay,
mercy.
thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, let's go on then.
Okay, now we're going to veer off or branch off into the example of Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31-9, which is this verse we just read, quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This gives us a better understanding of its meaning and application. During the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the king of Orissa was Maharaj Prachaparudra. When this king heard about the talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the king contacted Sarvabhauma and requested the Bhattacharya to arrange an interview with the Lord. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya assured him that he would try to do so as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned from South India. But when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tried his best to arrange a meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and King Prachaparudra, the Lord flatly denied his request because he was a sannyasi in the renounced order of life, and it would not be proper for a sannyasi to meet with a materialistic king. So we start now from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 11. Sama?
Okay. Bahushra, would you like to continue for us?
Yeah, it says hearing, text 47, hearing the Lord again refused to grant the king an interview, King Prachaparudra exclaimed, "Alas, has Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his event, deciding that he will deliver all others with the exception of me? He bestows his merciful glance upon many lower class men who are usually not even to be seen." Text 48. Maharaj Prachaparudra continued, "If Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is determined not to see me, then I am determined to give up my life if I do not see him." Text 49. If I do not receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, my body and my kingdom are certainly useless. And if you can, thank you. Text 50. Hearing King Prachaparudra's determination, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became thoughtful. Indeed, he was very much astonished to see the king's determination. Text 51. Finally, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, "My dear king, do not worry. Because of your firm determination, I am sure that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy will definitely be bestowed upon you." Text 52, if you can raise it. As soon as the Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, he declared, "The Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. Your love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful upon you."
Oh boy. What does that mean, Bahushra?
Oh, because of the attention, because Ramana Prabhupada mentioned that, he said, even if you know the 64 arts that are mentioned in Brahma Samhita, if you are a nonsense, Krishna thinks you're a nonsense, you're still a nonsense. So the thing is, it all has to do with love, developing that love to surrender, even in a simple way. Because Krishna says, even by a piece of, even a leaf, if it's offered to him out of love, he'll accept it. Just like Sanatana Goswami with the Japati, he just had the Japati, but the thing is, he was offering it with love, so Krishna had to accept. So
Actually, it wasn't even a chapati; it was a ball of wheat that was thrown into the fire, right? Anyone else have something? Is that it, Bahushra?
I have one thought.
Madan. Okay, thank you.
That Lord Chaitanya, he came to set a behavioral example of sannyas, that everything he did, he wasn't like Lord Nityananda, where he was an avid dude. He did not. Lord Chaitanya always set an example. So he was not wanting to see the king because the sannyas could be influenced, even though Lord Chaitanya couldn't be, but he was showing that for others. That's what I thought. Is that all right?
That's beautiful. Thank you.
But Sarvabhauma is saying, even though that's the case, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is following the etiquette, because of your firm determination, I think that he'll show you his mercy.
And can we also think that Lord Chaitanya will show us his mercy, though we are
Nice.
not qualified?
Good.
You know, there's no qualification. I used to say we're not qualified, but at least we're not disqualified.
But also the issue of proud dress, because a king, he'll be dressing very opulently, very wonderfully, silks and gold and rings and jewels. And so the thing is, Lord Chaitanya or Krishna, they're not interested in that. They want to know where the heart is. So
Right.
the thing is, he has to come. Then he's told, King Patraprabhu is told, you have to come in simple dress, like
Right.
a Vaishnava. So that means simple dress. Not all the flashy colors and, like even now sometimes you see.
Well, in the verse, in previous verse, we spoke about the false pride, how the gopis were saying that Krishna reduces and destroys the false pride of his devotees. Because this pride is the thing that keeps us here in the material world, away from Krishna. Krishna's not attracted to that. Okay? Anything else? Okay, we'll
Let's
go
go.
on. Madan, would you want to read?
A little. Okay, 53. Also, when you said pride, that I've been told that the dust on the mirror is pride. Cheto, Darpa, Darpana Marjanam. Text 53. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then suggested there is one means by which you can directly see him. 54. On the day of the cart festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. 55. On that Rath Yatra festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will enter the Kandicha garden. At that time, you should go there alone without your royal dress. 56. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters the Kandicha garden, you should go there. You should also go there and read the 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Krishna's dancing with the gopis. In this way, you can catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. 57. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in the mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, as you recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. 58. The Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramananda Roy's description of your pure love for him. 59. Maharaj Pataparudra took the Bhattacharya's advice and firmly decided to follow his instructions. Thus he felt transcendental pleasure.
So that was described in chapter 11. Now we'll go to chapter 14. Some we can just keep going with the narration.
Okay. Okay. Sukata, you want to read again?
All right. Text 4. During the Rath Yatra festival, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting in ecstatic love, Maharaj Prataparudra entered the garden. Following Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's instructions, the king had given up his royal dress. He now entered the garden in the dress of a Vaishnav. Maharaj Prataparudra was so humble that With folded hands, he first took permission from all the devotees. Then, with great courage, he fell down and touched the lotus feet of the Lord. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lay on the raised platform with his eyes closed in ecstatic love and emotion, the king very expertly began to massage his legs. The king began to recite verses about the Rasa Leela from Srimad Bhagavatam. He recited the chapter beginning with the words Jayati Te Tikam, Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31, 1. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these verses, he was pleased beyond limits, and he said again and again, go on reciting, go on reciting. As soon as the king recited the verse beginning with the words Tava Kathamritam, Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31, 9, the Lord arose in ecstatic love and embraced him. Upon hearing,
Whoops, sorry.
Upon hearing the verse recited by the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have given me invaluable gems, but I have nothing to give you in return. Therefore, I am simply embracing you.
Wow.
After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to recite the same verse again and again. Both the king and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were trembling, and tears were flowing from their eyes. My Lord, the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those who are always aggrieved in this material world. These narrations are transmitted by exalted personalities, and they eradicate all sinful reactions. Whoever hears these narrations attain all good fortune. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Those who spread the message of Godhead are certainly the most munificent welfare workers. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31, 9. After reciting this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately embraced the king and cried, you are the most munificent. You are the most munificent. At this point, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not know who the king was.
We can just
Okay.
keep going, okay, Sama?
Wait a second. Can I just ask one question?
I'd
So
rather just go
anyone,
through it, but go
huh?
ahead.
No, this is a good question. Who is that person? Who is that person? Who do we know is that person, that most munificent person who has spread this all over the world? Who is that person?
Srila Prabhupada.
Jayo Haribol. That's all. That's okay. Let's go on then. Okay, we'll go on. Mukunda, you want to read?
All right, we're starting with 16. Is that where we are?
15.
Okay.
15.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Down a bit.
Okay, we'll put that.
There we go. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy was aroused because of the king's previous service. Therefore, without, excuse me, even asking who he was, the Lord immediately bestowed his mercy upon him. How powerful is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Without even inquiring about the king, the Lord made everything successful. Purport: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is so powerful that it acts automatically. If a person renders loving service to Krishna, it never goes in vain. It is recorded in a spiritual account, and in due time it will fructify. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2:40. Nihabra shoshti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhyat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has particularly bestowed upon all fallen souls in this age the most potent method of devotional service, Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names. And whoever takes to it, through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is immediately elevated to the transcendental position. As Srimad Bhagavatam 11:532 recommends, Jagyai Sankirtanai Praya Yajanti Hi Sumer Saha.
Haribol, Haribol. Okay, are we discussing or not?
No,
Pati?
just keep going.
We're not. Bhushra.
Okay.
Time limits here.
Let's see here. Oh, okay. I'm there. Okay. So a student of Krishna consciousness must receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy then his devotional service will quickly succeed. This was the case with King Prataparudra. One has to be noticed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and a little service with sincere efforts will convince the Lord that one is a proper candidate for returning home back to Godhead. At first, Maharaj Prataparudra did not have a chance to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but when the Lord saw that the king was serving Lord Jagannath as a menial sweeper, the Lord's mercy upon the king became a solid fact. When Maharaj Prataparudra, in the dress of a Vaishnava, was serving the Lord did not even inquire who he was. Rather, he had compassion upon him and embraced him. Excuse me. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wants to point out that nothing could compare to the Lord's mercy towards Maharaj Prataparudra. Therefore, he used the words Deka, just see, and Chaitanyera Kripa Mahabala. How wonderful, how powerful is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is also confirmed by Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, Yat Karunya Tataksha Vibhavavatam, Chaitanya Chandamrita 5. Even a little of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy serves as a great asset for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the Krishna conscious movement must be spread throughout the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Through the mercy.
Oh, excuse me. Through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Rupa Goswami experienced the mercy and magnanimity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, Nama Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prem Badayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namagar Tushe Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances in the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is more magnanimous than any other avatar, even Krishna himself, because he is bestowing freely what no one else has ever given, pure love of Krishna. Shri Das Thakur is sung, Paramakaruna Pahundvijan Nitai Gora Chandra. The two brothers, Nitai and Gaur, are so kind that no one can compare to them. Similarly, Sri Narottam Das Thakur has sung, just to deliver all the sinful persons of this age by propagating the chanting of the holy name, Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram have advented as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and, lift it, and thank you, Nityananda Prabhu, Jaga and Madhai are evidence of their success. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special mission is the deliverance of all fallen souls in Kali Yuga. Devotees of Krishna must persistently seek the favor and mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to become fit to return home back to Godhead. Jai.
So ecstatic. Pati, no discussion?
No, we got at the end of the pastime. Then it's kind of like a bow. We can just tie it up.
Okay, Jatari.
Okay, text 17. Finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Who are you? You have done so much for me. All of a sudden, you have come here and made me drink the nectar of the pastimes of Lord Krishna." Text 18. The king replied, "My lord, I am the most obedient servant of your servants. It is my ambition that you will accept me as the servant of your servants." Purport. The greatest achievement for a devotee is to become a servant of the servants of the Lord. Actually, no one should desire to become the direct servant of the Lord. That is not a very good idea. When Prahlad Maharaj was offered a benediction by Nrsingadev, Prahlad rejected all kinds of material benedictions, but he prayed to become the servant of the servants of the Lord. When Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, Dhruva could have asked for unlimited material opulence, but he simply asked for the benediction of becoming the servant of the servants of the Lord. Kolavechar Sridhar was a very poor man, but when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give him a benediction, he also prayed to the Lord to be allowed to remain a servant of the servants of the Lord. The conclusion is that being a servant of the servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest benediction one can desire.
Whoa. Okay, there it is in one sentence. So we're not discussing Pati?
Nope.
Okay. Faye, you want to read? Faye? Where'd she go?
Text 19. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displayed some of his divine opulences to the king, and he forbade him to disclose this to anyone. Text 20. Although within his heart, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew everything that was happening, externally he did not disclose it, nor did he disclose that he knew he was talking with King Prataparudra. Text 21. Seeing the Lord's special mercy upon King Prataparudra, the devotees praised the king's good fortune, and their minds became open and blissful. Text 22. Submissively offering prayers to the devotees with folded hands and offering obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the king went outside.
Madan, you want to read the purport?
Okay.
Thank you, Faye. Come on. Go on.
You're muted, Badan.
Madan, you're muted.
How's that?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Purport. This is characteristic of a pure devotee. He is never envious if another devotee receives the mercy and strength of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A pure devotee is very happy to see a person elevated in devotional service. Unfortunately, there are many so-called Vaishnavas who become envious to see someone actually recognized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is a fact that no one can preach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message without receiving special mercy of the Lord. This is known to every Vaishnava. Yet, there are some envious people who cannot tolerate the expansion of this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. They find fault with the preacher who has spread the movement and do not praise him for his excellent service he's rendered in fulfilling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission.
All right.
Okay, Sam, have a little discussion on all those points, and then
Oh,
we'll
my
go on with the
goodness.
lecture.
All right.
Just a
Well,
clip.
who do you think?
Just 5 minutes, just a few.
Okay. Who do you think Srila Prabhupada's talking about there?
Himself.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, does anyone want to speak on something? What is it? Divine opulence. Okay, Bhushra.
The earlier it was talking about how not just the dress of Prataparudra had to change, simple Vaishnav dress, but he also had to memorize 5 chapters of verses. Now, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If he wanted to tear him apart because, what are you saying? That word's wrong. What do you mean? What are you saying? So
He was in
imagine that.
ecstasy.
He had to have all those verses perfectly memorized in his mind. 5 chapters. I mean, he's such a great devotee. I mean, and a great memory. It's just like,
He's king.
King, right.
Yes.
And he probably had it memorized before the event, I would think, right? Okay, what about the divine opulences of Lord Chaitanya? He revealed some of his divine opulences. Or he didn't reveal, what did it say? Did he say
It said it revealed them, but he told the king not to he displayed them. And then he told the king not to share that with anyone.
What was that?
It would only be
Is there-
speculation if somebody goes there.
Is there a
okay.
description of what opulences he displayed?
No,
That's what I'm wondering. There's no, and my husband already said it's speculation if we go there.
there is a section in the Chaitanya Bhagavat about a dream the king had, but we'll go there another time, perhaps.
Okay.
but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is one who showed his different incarnations more than any other avatar. He
Right.
showed all the different incarnations that he had. There's so many different devotees at different times. So that's a great opulence.
Nice.
Well, because each devotee has that's the other wonderful thing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are encouraged to develop our own individual relationship with him by following this process. Everyone's different. Everyone is different, and everyone is valuable to Krishna. Krishna doesn't like or dislike someone. He doesn't like someone better than another person. Everyone is very dear to Krishna. This is Lord Chaitanya's mood of distributing this transcendental knowledge, and Srila Prabhupada's mood.
He told him not to tell anybody. He looked like he did a good job.
He did. He didn't tell us anyway.
And there was one thing I wanted to comment on when when you had mentioned that we have no qualification. When you offer obeisances to Prabhupada, I always think of that as because just even with this, it was on the request of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and all the time with the two trees, that was Narada Muni. It's always in fulfilling it the devotee's desires.
Well, one thing that's inherent in this pastime and instruction, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was King Prachaparudra's spiritual master. He had accepted him as a learned Brahmin scholar and approached him submissively. How can I get an interview with the Lord? How can I approach? And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, as his guru, gave him a formula. So in a sense, not that he's obliged, but in a sense, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is reciprocating with both of them by allowing the king an interview under those circumstances by which Sarvabhauma, his guru, manifested. So the guru's order as a representative of the Supreme Lord will be fulfilled if one takes
the happiness. It said happiness in the I think it was the text that Sarvabhauma Maharaj Prataparudra was displaying great happiness because he heard and followed the instructions of so that shows us following the instructions of the spiritual master will bring us great happiness. That is actually the goal of our lives, to follow the instruction of the spiritual master.
And one of those, which brings up a really good segue and way to weave this back to our theme. The theme of this particular verse that's being emphasized is that those who take up the mission of spreading the glories of the Lord and narrations of the Lord, Nama Rupa Guna Lila, descriptions of the Lord, his pastimes, preaching, are the most munificent welfare workers in the entire world. Everyone's trying to come up with ways to do good for others. Mm-hmm. And so let us hear from Srila Prabhupada now, his short 4-minute description of narrations of the Lord from a lecture he gave. I didn't write it down when. Can you hear it?
No.
Really? You couldn't hear this?
No.
Not hearing that?
No. No, you have to make us hear it. Been waiting for this all day. No. It's a beautiful lecture.
Okay, hold on a sec.
We're fortunate that we get to hear Srila Prabhupada.
Yes? No?
No, Betsy, what happened?
Okay.
Yeah, try hitting the mic icon on there. Maybe that'll reset it. There's a little mic icon there.
Yeah, well, that's my voice.
Oh.
What I'll do is I can hold it. We tried this once before too. Hold on a sec.
Oh. That doesn't sound good at all. No, it sounds terrible. It's all static. Patti, it's static. Turn that off. That's all static. Oh, well. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. All right. Technical difficulties.
That's why I was surprised. You can hear it because you're in the other room.
I can't hear anything.
Here is the medicine.
Oh.
How
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Upasamam sakshat bhakti yogam adakhaji. Teach people bhakti yogam. All anarthas will be vanquished immediately. Anarthas mean things which are not required. Anartha upasamam sakshat bhakti yogam adakhaji lokasya ajanatah. But these foolish people, they do not know. Here is the remedy. They won't consult the perfect knowledge, Vedic knowledge. They won't consult. They will manufacture their own ways. This is the lokasya janata. Because these fools, they do not know how to get out of these clutches of unwanted things. Therefore, Vidwan, one who knows, Vidwan. Vid means knowledge, and Van means one who possesses. Vidwan. So Vyasdev, Vidwan, the perfect Vidwan, Lokasya janata vidyan chakre sattata sanghita. Vidwan, Vyasdev has made this Srimad Bhagavatam. Take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam and you know perfectly how you can diminish your unwanted things. And the simple process is, as we have already discussed yesterday, that Sinnathang Sakatha Krishna Punnasya Vanakirtana Riddantasthya Avadrani Vidhunati Suhit Sata. If you simply hear about Krishna, Krishna is speaking himself in the Bhagavad Gita. Don't malinterpret, simply hear as Arjuna heard it. Sometimes some rascals say that Bhagavad Gita Arjuna heard directly, but we do not find now Krishna, so how we can hear? When his words are there. Krishna is not different from his words, he is absolute. If you read Bhagavad Gita as it is, through the disciplic succession, then you are as good as Arjuna, hearing directly from Krishna. There is no difference. But if you play rascal down, this word means this word means that, this word means this is rascal down. If you play rascal down, then you will remain a rascal. You will not improve. But if you hear exactly like Arjuna, as Arjuna said, Sarvamitam Ritangamani, my dear Krishna, whatever you are saying, that is all right, in total. I don't misinterpret. Param Brahma Param Dhamam Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. This is understanding. You understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, in devotion. Bhaktosi. Krishna instructed Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. He said that this Bhagavad Gita, this yoga system is now lost. Yoga nasta parantapa. Now I shall again begin that yoga through you, because you are my devotee. Bhaktos, Krishna did not go to find out the Vedantis to teach, the so-called Vedantis. A Vedantis means he is devotee. Veda means knowledge, and Anta means ultimate. So what is the ultimate knowledge? Ultimate knowledge is described. Bhavanam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prabhadat. That is ultimate knowledge. After speculating knowledge, life after life, when one comes to the point to surrender unto Krishna, that is real knowledge. That is real knowledge. Unless you come to the point of surrendering unto Krishna, your knowledge is defective. You may advertise yourself as very learned scholar, but we have got simple formula. Our position is very strong and simple. So, this is the process of diminishing all dirty things within the heart. Channatang sakatha Krishna punna savana kirtana riddantastya. Krishna is riddantastya within your heart. Vidhunati, he washes all dirty things. Krishna is taking charge of washing your dirty things. Simply by hearing about you, why don't you take this opportunity? What is this nonsense? Krishna simply says, hear about me. Satatang kintayantam mam. Always chanting about me and hearing about me. Simple process, but the rascals will not take.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Unmute, Patti. Unmute.
Good, I'm fixing my microphone now, so you go ahead and have discussion.
Okay, now's the time. Please, someone bring up some wonderful points that Srila Prabhupada
What was
said.
the verse that Prabhupada was talking on? 176. It's what's that one?
I think
All
9, I
material
think.
miseries. What was it?
I thought it was 9.
I thought it was 176.
Oh, 9 some is the one we're reading.
Oh, okay, 176. Destroy all material miseries. I don't know. Oh, 176. So Vyastev Vidvan, the perfect Vidvan, Lokasya Agnato Vidvams Chakre Sattvata Samhitam. Srimad Bhagavatam 176. Vidvan. That's the one who knows knowledge. Vidvan.
The translation. Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr.
So what's the translation?
Okay, I pressed the phone on the wrong button. Okay. Here it goes. The material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relationship to the Supreme Lord.
Yes. Wonderful. I like particularly when Prabhupada says Bhaktoshi. That's who will understand this transcendental knowledge. He didn't choose a great scholar to tell, a Brahmin, a Vedantist. He spoke to Arjuna, why? Because you are my dearmost friend. Bhaktoshi. I just, it's the epitome of everything wonderful. Prabhupada says, Bhaktoshi. That's what we have to become, Bhaktoshi. That's our qualification. The shelter of the lotus feet, our spiritual master, Bhaktoshi.
Your Matsaram Satam.
Another point I liked was that the gopis, the way this was woven together, I very much appreciated how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood of spreading Krishna consciousness and experiencing the highest ecstasy and incorporating that into this Leela with the King Pachaparudra singing the Gopi Gita to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Rath Yatra. It's such a wonderful meditation. And the gopis were Sankirtan devotees, obviously.
Yeah, that's it. Talk about Sankirtan devotees. Mukunda, you're so quiet. Please say something.
Oh, I was just listening. Just listening. I had a little bit of an emergency take place too, and devotees had a problem, so I was trying to simultaneously attend to it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, I think that's good, Sama. It's
okay.
7:45.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All the wonderful Bhaktoshi.
Jai Vanchakalpatubhista Kripa Sindhubhyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.